What's up, you guys? It has been a long time. Yeah. But we are so happy to see you guys. We cannot wait to connect with you guys again. We have been gone for a while, but we have posted a major life update on our Patreon. Yes. So if you want to know what's been going on with us, you guys just go to the Patreon, you all. But
put a link down somewhere.
There's a link down below in the description, and you can also see it on our community page.
Okay.
But today we are here to get to the tea, the honey, and the juice, you guys. 90 Day has had so many videos since we have been away. Mm-hmm. We are just going to go ahead, and I guess we're going to go ahead and talk about 90 Days of Single Life. The 5 parts tell all.
Wow.
It was really, like, I don't know.
We're putting some of them together.
I'm thinking I want to talk about Chantel.
Okay, so
well,
you're talking about them individually.
Like, well, not individually, okay. But I want to talk about some people. Because we're going to try to keep this video to like 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to talk about Tyray today. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about Chantel. And I'm thinking, who else do I want to talk about? I want to talk about Tim and Veronica. We're going to be talking about those 3 people.
Okay.
Chantel. I was kind of shocked that she was interested in Debbie's son. But you know, I saw a different side to Debbie. And I think Debbie is a little mean. I think she has an issue with young people. Yeah. And not saying that there's anything wrong with lying about your age, but I feel like that coupled with how she kind of slut-shamed Chantel. Yeah. And then definitely Natalie, even though she was there trying
like even all of them though. The stuff Tim was trying to say, I don't want my woman to be all out there and start to sleep with everybody. And you know what is so interesting? Chantel did not even sleep with him.
She didn't sleep with him, one. And then second, and then also my thing, I just feel like what Debbie said, it's a shame. Because my thing is, as women, I don't feel like we should be putting each other down. You're an older woman. If anything, you should have more wisdom. Yeah. And if anything, you want the youth to be better than you. So for her to say that, oh, you have all your goodies out there and all this stuff,
has an issue.
Definitely has an issue with younger people. God, I mean, even she made that statement like, Natalie, it's so hard to compete with the young women these days because that's what men want. Like she's always saying stuff like that.
With young women, if your older man or whoever you're trying to get does not appreciate the woman you are in the age that you're in, he is not mature enough for you.
I think there's a beauty. There's a beauty with youth, and there's a beauty with being older. Absolutely. I think when you're older, you have more wisdom. You have more experience. There's a confidence because you know who you are. Yeah. You've been through life. And when you bring that, I don't want to say to the table, but when you bring that into a relationship with a man who also has those same things, you can really have a beautiful relationship. Exactly. But if you're trying to compete with younger girls for a man who wants younger women, you're with the wrong man. Because not saying that all men are like this, but men who they are only focused on like young women who are like 21 and 26,
and they're like in their 40s and
50s and 60s and sometimes even 80s. Like there are men who don't know themselves and they want to manipulate women.
Exactly.
If that's what
you're going, not very nice men.
No, they're not. So you should not ever be in competition. There should never be like, oh, I have to compete with younger women because that's what men want. Exactly. There are really good men out there who actually want a woman who has come into her own. Absolutely. And as a young woman myself, I can't say I have 100% come into my own. Right. I have come into my, like not fully, like I have definitely, like I would say halfway there, because I've lived my life, you know what I'm saying? I have the wisdom from you and everything. Yeah. But there's still growing that I need to do. You know what I'm saying?
And that also comes with time.
That also comes with time. But when you're an older woman, you already kind of have, God willing, you have already experienced that. So with Debbie, I just felt like it's a shame that she feels like she has to compete with women. And I feel like because of that, she had, I don't want to say a hatred, but like there's a little bit of distaste
like
with her.
Resentment
towards younger women. Because even you talking to Natalie, talking about, well, she slept with this man, and she slept with this man, and she's traumatized by him. I'm like, traumatized? Weenie, what's happening here? Like, that was mess.
I mean, it got to a point where Veronica was right when she says,
"Wait, you're saying
making her feel worse."
I mean, and don't be reminding her.
I kept on thinking, I said, Debbie, are you speaking on behalf of Natalie?
Or are you trying to put her down?
Or are you? I fully understand what she was trying to do with that whole thing there.
Yeah, but with Chantel, I know she said she was interested in maybe possibly with Debbie's son. I wouldn't be worried about Juliet because my thing is sometimes women, like mothers, they don't really know what their son likes.
I don't think Debbie
like just from what I've experienced.
The fact that her son likes the princess type right there tells me that Juliet will, like, she don't know whether her son is gonna like Chantel in that dress or not. He like the princess type. He gonna like princess outfits.
Yeah,
that means that the princess is gonna wear what the princess wants to wear, and he is. If that's the energy, the princess energy he wants, he will be able to ride with that and leave princess alone to do what princess wants to do.
Yeah. So I think.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't worry about Julian. My main concern would be the mother. Okay, because if you have a horrible mother-in-law, it can really mess up your marriage or your relationship.
Yeah, but Chantel, she can speak up for herself when she wants to, I think. And also, Julian is strong enough, I think, to kind of check his mom if, I'm just happy that Chantel, you're not going out of America. Because I keep on telling American women, stop finding people outside of America. Just stop, especially someone who needs a green card. Just stop. If the person needs a visa, don't date him. Just don't, because you will never know if he wants the visa or if he wants you. Don't waste your time. That's how I feel. And then the other thing is, you don't know what's going on in that man's house. You don't know if he got 10 kids and he got 2 baby mamas or he got a wife. You don't know. You're only going by what he is telling you.
I'm not going to say
it. And the risk
is
too much. That's all I would say.
I'm not going to say it on here, but there are just certain men I just will never date. I'm not even going to look their way. Yeah. Because one, you just don't know them, and also their culture. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I would not advise, as an American who's born and raised, and as someone who has a foreign parent, my mom, who was born and raised in Sierra Leone. Yeah. I just know I would not date a foreigner unless, one, they had their papers, they were educated, they had themselves together, and they had their own money.
They were already here. Like they're in America.
Like they've traveled, they have their papers. Like that's the only way I'm dating a foreigner.
Yeah. But you date someone who needs you. It's just too much.
You should not date a man who needs you.
It is
because men instinctively don't want a woman who marries them, who gives them everything, who has
done them a favor.
Yeah, they don't like that.
I'm telling you, they
don't like that. Men
they're not going to be grateful. And then you will be expecting them to be grateful.
Instinctually, they are providers and protectors. So when you are doing all of that and you're helping him raise him out of the gutter, he will always keep that in mind. And he will hate you for making him who he is.
And then it's just going to make you feel sad. Because you're like, you did that. Because women, we do those things out of the goodness of our hearts.
But men don't think like that.
We're not checking for that. We're not like, oh, I did you this and you got to do me that. Right? All we want is just someone who will be happy, treat us well. Men aren't programmed
like that. Sorry, they're not. We are two totally different people in the head.
Yes.
But let's go ahead and talk about Tim and Siobhan, because we already almost at 10 minutes. Tim and Siobhan, apparently.
Tim and Siobhan.
I said Tim and Siobhan. Oh my God, Tim and Veronica. Girl.
You know who Siobhan is? Siobhan is a lady we know here in Tanzania. Siobhan is going to be like, what? Tim. I'm not even there. Oh, you know something? Her husband is called Tim.
That's what I was saying.
That's why we're confused.
It was Tim and Veronica.
Hi, T3 and me.
Hi. I'm sorry.
You gotta go to T3 and me. Very nice, very good YouTubers. Anyway. Yes.
Yeah, but Tim and Veronica.
Yes.
So
buddy.
Tim and Veronica, I'm gonna keep it short and simple because we already talked about this. They don't like each other. They're in this weird hate relationship. I can't even say it's hate-love. But they have this weird codependency with each other.
I know.
And I don't think they actually genuinely like each other.
No.
But I feel like because they're so used to each other, they're so used to this toxic cycle that they just stay in each other's lives.
Exactly.
Even though it's not really beneficial to either one of them.
No, it's not.
Veronica and
Jamal.
She was after he was flirting with Louise, she's there like, oh, well, maybe we'll see how good we are after dinner.
Yes.
And apparently, I don't know if they slept together or not. It sounded like they did, or maybe they
You
were
mean
just
Louisa
talking about Louisa.
and Jamal? Oh yes,
And then
they did, because what did she say when they left? You want to sleep with me? Mm-hmm.
But he was like, can I? I'm just like, well, why would he? Well, I guess he just obviously still asked for consent. But I'm just like, if they were comfortable sleeping with each other, why would
I don't
he
think
ask?
they're comfortable sleeping with each other. I think
Maybe it's just a
that
drunk night.
it was a drunk night, and so because when they were in the back, and he said, we did it like this, and then we did it like this, and all that stuff, she was kind of like, you're crazy. So maybe he's kind of like, let me not push anymore. Exactly, like not turn into, like.
I just feel like
so when she came out and she says, hey, you want to sleep with me, which was so for a woman, like, you got, I don't know, this is too, it's too, I mean, I'm just like,
it's a bit much.
It's a lot, like, just to go ask a man, well, you want to sleep with me? And he's like, can I? He's like, yes. Like,
I feel like, the American
man, I don't know
culture-
what's going on. It's not the American culture, because this woman, isn't she Hispanic?
If you grew up in
think she's
America,
American.
if you grew up
Well,
in
maybe
the,
she is, I don't know.
if you grew up in America,
Period. But that's her culture. Yeah.
it's not even about that.
But
Because my thing is,
it's an American
if you
thing,
are in
yeah.
America long enough,
You
being
get-
consumed by the music, by the TV,
By
like
just that
the
culture,
Twitter, the
that's just what it is.
Instagram, like
Oh,
oh, ba-da-da.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Thank you. Like if you're here long enough,
Yeah.
you kind of acquiesce to how the
Things
culture
are,
is.
right. You just
And-
become a part of it. You assimilate. Yeah.
And I don't think, as women, I think we have to guard our,
Self.
what's the word, chastity.
We just have
Not
to
even
guard.
virginity, chastity,
We should
but
not
we
be
should-
there having sex before marriage. I will say it again. I just continue to say it. I will just continue to say it.
Yeah,
We
I don't
really
think it
should
doesn't
not.
serve us. It doesn't
It
serve us
really
because it
does not
ends up
serve
with
us.
broken hearts. It
Yes,
ends with
Louisa.
diseases, and it can also end up with a baby with somebody who will make you a single mom.
And you know what is sad? Louisa already
It's somebody who's not
sees
committed
hurt
to you.
by what Tim did.
It's tempting you to sleep with
right-
her.
Exactly. And
But
now,
my
right
thing is-
away, you're going into Jamal, and he's going to break your heart.
And my thing is, it's not even about sleeping with people because I kind of learned this during Ramadan.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's who you give your energy to. Like if you even talk to a guy
Wasting
and he
time.
has already kind of insinuated or told you he's not interested in what you're interested in, whether that's marriage or commitment or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
and you still talk to that fool,
Yeah.
it's going to hurt you. Just like how
Yeah.
it has hurted Louise. Because
I know.
she's here thinking, you're here putting yourself out there, oh,
I
kiss
know.
me, touch me, all this bota, and the man really only brought you in to make you try to show up his ex in a toxic form. You end up with a broken heart, and then you start making these weird decisions.
It seems
So you have to
she's
even
leading with her body in a sense. She's leading with, because she was trying to kiss Tim, now Jamal.
Well, she
and
wanted to
Louisa,
see if he was
there's no-
interested in her, and she's thinking, like most women, we think,
Yeah.
oh, a guy's not really interested in me unless he shows me some type of physical attention, which is not true. I feel like a man is interested
Or
in
she
you when
feels
he's
as
willing
though-
to, like, actually, like when you state to him what you want and he's not in a place to give that to you, and
Yeah.
he removes himself from the equation,
Yeah.
I feel like one, that's him respecting you. And then also I feel like if a man sees that you're this type of woman and he's willing to step up to the plate, that's a man who's interested in you. But
Yeah.
if you give yourself to somebody without your like checklist being checked off,
Yeah.
that's a man who's going to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
And I feel like
And
you
it-
have to really put your standards, like if your standards are to the ceiling, I feel like that's how it should be for women.
Yeah,
Because our
yeah.
standards should be to the ceiling. And if like when you have your standards to the ceiling,
Yeah.
which really isn't to the ceiling, like me even saying that, like the American stuff, but like if you just
should
have
be high.
your standards,
Yeah.
like they should not even
Standards.
be, they
What
should
are
not
your-
even be considered high. They should just be considered my
Standards.
standards.
Those are my
These
standards.
are my standards. If you can't you can't deal with it, then you need to go to the left. Like, I'm not going to waste my time having a conversation with you. I'm not going to waste my time following you. I'm not going to waste my time talking to you on the phone. Well, you have already told me what you are. I'm not going to waste my time also even giving you a second chance because you have already told me what you want. And when a man tells you what he wants the first time, that's really what he means,
and
I feel.
And you really need to hear him the first time.
Don't be trying to make excuses. Oh, well, maybe he'll get together. Let him get together, then come to you correct.
No, please don't come. Even when you get together, because if you were not together when I first met you, please keep it moving. Go get together for somebody else.
Yeah.
But keep it moving.
And don't wait on no man. If you are ready in your life for somebody, you be with somebody who's also on your same level.
Exactly.
That's what I think.
Go get ready and still trickle back. No, because nobody's waiting here for you.
Our standards protect us from getting our emotions evolved, and it also protects us from delaying having our soulmates come. Because if you think about it, every time you get involved with somebody and you get your feelings hurt or whatever the case may be,
and you gotta
heal from that. That just delays God bringing you your soulmate, because God is not going to bring you your person when you're not ready for it. Because when you're not ready, you end up in divorce, or you end up with a broken home, or you end up hurting yourself. So it's just best for us to have our standards and not shift from that. The man who is for us is going to see the standards, and he's going to step up to the plate, and he's going to even exceed past what your standards are. Like, you might say, oh, I want a man to do this and this, and he might even do 10 times more than that. You might be like, well, it's like, oh my God, like, I never have to question if this man is into me, because he shows me every single day of every minute of the day. So that's what we have to do. So Louisa, it's odd. I
have a question to ask, but I'll ask it on the next video. But I have a question to ask about Jamal.
I also want to talk about Tyray quickly. Let's rock with Tyray. This is also going to be 20 minutes. Let's quickly with Tyray. Okay. I feel like the men sitting down there and saying that, oh, you need, like, the way they talked about women was so crass.
Yeah.
And just talking about, oh, you need to just get some nani, na. Like, you're not a man if you don't get, like, women are just some sex object. Like, these are men, like, John is an a-hole. Sorry. Harper is also an a-hole. Like, these are not... Harper, the one who has sex with 30,000 women or whatever the hell, who has probably had multiple STDs. Anyway, Sarper and Shekinah or whatever the hell. Like, these are not high-quality men.
No.
These are not men you want to take advice from.
No.
So I feel like them saying that, oh, you have to have, like, I feel like we have normalized.
The fact that Tyray went to go get advice from the guy again.
Sarper.
I was just like, Tyray, to me, he's
probably not
one of those good. You know, he as though he's a good guy. Please, Tyray's not a good guy. He's not. And when he first sat there, I saw him already speaking down about Chantel. When they first sat in the group and all that stuff.
Nobody even called for her.
Nobody called for her, but there he went. And I said, also, this Tyray,
I also just have a feeling, and I'm sure some of you guys don't see this, but we are not like every other YouTuber. We have our own opinions, which are vastly different. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if Tyray was looking good in his mind and he had himself together, he strikes me as somebody who would be mean to women. Because I feel like him being 33 years old and him not having sex, I don't think it's something that he's proud of. I think it's something that he's actually ashamed of. That's why he was thanking Sarper for that ill-gotten advice. Talking about be the snake and kiss her neck. If a man did that to me, I'm macing you, and then I'm calling the police, and you might get a kick to the groin for violating my space. Like, really?
I do.
So my thing, I don't think he's proud of it. I think it's something that he feels like women have rejected me and have continued to reject me. That's why I have not been able to lose my virginity. Because my thing is, if Tyray was somebody who was proud of it, he would not have appreciated advice from Sarper.
Like, you know something, I am happy
I'm waiting for the right one.
He hasn't said any
of that stuff. So my thing, I feel like he thinks that women have rejected him for how he looks. And I think because of that, he might have some disdain for women.
I mean, I'll treat them that great.
If he was like what most women want or whatever.
I just get the feeling that he's not that much of a nice guy. That's supposed to be like, yeah.
That's just our opinion. You guys can agree to disagree or whatever the case may be. Well, like we say, we keep it respectful.
And I don't think that lady who came and kissed him, I don't think he is really into her. I don't think so.
Because he said his type is that woman, that one was with Colty.
Larissa.
Yes! And Larissa's stuff Larissa's breasts are out here now.
Larissa.
She has had
with
so
all
many
the drama and all that stuff. Larissa, okay, Tyray, I see you. So no, he's not into any nice girls or whatever. No,
I don't think so.
Tyray is out there like, anyway.
And then also I thought it was weird when on the show he told the girl that she had to kiss him to get the beads. I just thought that was odd.
Yeah, that was odd because she was like, I have to. What?
And he was like,
get beads.
And that was so awkward. That was so cringe. Like I almost choked on my spaghetti. I was like, what did he just do? Anyway, but I think that was Tyray.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's Tyray, that's Chantel, and that's Tim and Veronica.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask a question about Jamal very quickly then.
Yeah.
So do you think that Jamal, Jamal always came out like this nice guy, very concerned about his mom. He seems to me now to be kind of like a player. Like he's just out to have a good time.
My thing is, I think we all kind of knew that though. Like, because my thing is when he sat down there with Veronica and he was like, well, I don't want to be in a commitment. I just want to kind of shoot the breeze and we're just going to be having sex or whatever.
Well,
that's player language.
It's the same thing.
That's player language. Like Jamal is very young. He's living his life. I don't really expect any man 24 and below to really want to be in a committed relationship. I really don't. Mm-hmm. It will be nice.
How old is he? He's younger.
He's actually he's older for sure.
He is.
But I'm just saying, like for me, minimum, I wouldn't see somebody 24 or younger, unless like you have lived the law of life, like all your family died and you have had to grow up really fast or whatever the case may be, and you are just like this provider and you just want a woman in your life. Yeah. Like unless you're like that in your youth, not saying that your parents have to die, your whole family has to die for you to be responsible, but what was I saying? But I'm just saying there are some very mature younger guys who have themselves together and they actually want to do right by women. Yeah, that was just a circumstance that came up into my head.
I'm sure there are younger guys who have not had the circumstance, but they just
exactly. So y'all don't come for me, please. It's my first day back. So anyway, but that's what I'm saying. But Jamal, he's young. He's living his life. He says he's very good looking. So he's living his life. I don't really expect him to be serious with.
He says he's very good looking. You don't find him good looking.
I don't think he's ugly, but he's not my type. Anyway, what the hell was I saying? But anyway, so I just don't think. I don't think he's ready. But y'all, it's Mary.
And
invite y'all to
subscribe
and comment down below. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.